All right. Without a game being played, USC has dropped out of the top 10 in college football. That's the recruiting rankings, of course. They mean nothing, people. Don't worry about it. It's fine. USC doing a nice job on the recruiting trail in 2017 with the National Signing Day just 2 weeks away. Nick Dempsey, our man with Conquest Chronicles, as we come your way every Wednesday night to bring you USC football. Nick, one loss, one win today. They split the difference in regards to commitments. So, and again, we're 14 days out.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot more action from all the major players in college football recruiting as everybody's sort of circling the top prospects that are still uncommitted, are sort of waiting to see where everybody else lands. You know, if you're a 5-star recruit, you maybe don't want to be doubled up in the same position with another team. So the action is going to get kind of hot and heavy. You're going to see this is also the time of year where you generally hear about schools like Michigan rescinding offers to recruits so that they have can open up a spot to a higher rated prospect. So it's going to happen hard and fast over the next couple of weeks as we get into National Signing Day. But earlier this week, Jalen McKenzie, 3-star offensive guard, committed to USC. His older brother currently plays for Tennessee. And his father also played ball for Tennessee, but you probably are more familiar with his father now because his dad is the general manager for the Oakland Raiders. So a lot of folks thought he was almost certainly going to follow in the family footsteps and go on to Tennessee to play there, but he wanted to do his own thing. He took an unofficial visit to USC this past weekend. And he was hooked. That's all that's all he wanted, and so he's going to come on down. USC could use the help at line in the short term already off the bat. Not that he's in contention to replace any of these people, but Damian Mahmoud, Shad Wheeler, Zach Banner, 3 starters on that O line are gone. So they're going to bring 3 new guys on the offensive line. A lot of spots opening up there. So they're going to need the help. And, of course, this is still football. You win or lose on the line of scrimmage. So it's always good to have more talent there. On the flip side, another surprise is that USC lost the commitment of 3-star safety C.J. Miller. Miller, I think a lot of folks thought was a solid lock. Even as we get into these final 2 weeks where maybe start to get some last minute decommits or some offers rescinded. And a lot of folks thought Miller was a lock, and he apparently has reopened his recruitment. It dropped USC from 18 commits to 17 commits. This morning they had 18 commits and were ranked 10th in the nation. According to 247 Sports, they're now down to 17 and 11. I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock in those rankings right now. There's a ton of pieces still out there, but with the Miller decommitment, that leaves USC has 6 scholarships still available. Normally, you get 25 a year, but USC spent 2 this year already for a couple of transfers. So they only get 23. They've got 17 commits right now. They have 6 remaining. That's assuming they hold all of the remaining 17. That's a big assumption in the last 2 weeks. But USC last year finished very strongly coming into National Signing Day. So I think a lot of folks are expecting the same thing. Whether or not Clay Helton can bring it home and bump up that class remains to be seen, but he's got, as of right now, 6 spots to do it. And I would imagine a lot more action on the recruiting front.